guys, Rick Shaw here on Tuesday the 22nd of March 2022, and we got big cottony clouds today. The only saving grace today in this sun is we got a good breeze going, and the house stayed really cool all day. It was actually so windy coming in that dining room window we had to close it up some. Wind was really moving. It simmered down a little bit now. There's my darling. Yeah, and my sweetheart was making cupcakes. I'm cooking some ghee now. We did cleaned up the kitchen and just doing home stuff, not doing too much of anything. But the more and more I watch I do look at the Telegram, and people put all kinds of articles on there on the Real Raw News, and make sure that's out of the way. And I put that, I watched that, and they got this camel toe hairs. My goodness. It just goes to show you that these guys are nothing but puppets, because this girl, I don't know how much her education is. Maybe she's like Jethro Bodine. She's been to the third grade 3 times. I mean, she's a twit. There's something wrong in her brain. The more I listen to her, it's like, what the hell's the matter with her? She gave that geography lesson. That was really something. And then every time she opens up her mouth, it's just proven to the world that she's an idiot. They'll never get rid of Biden, even though he's some kind of something's wrong with him too. Man, is this what our country came to? When evil people take over, I think it's time. It's time to say enough of these people and oust all of them. It's just getting too crazy right now. And now I'm seeing Trump. He's all against the dude over there, Putin. Flip-flopped on that, saying he's a different guy now. So who knows what's going on over there? I think they're getting real close to, something coming out of this. Something's got to happen. Really, really crazy what's going on. But that's the way we were looking. We're planning a trip here pretty soon we're going to head up towards Alabang. They used to have a really good sporting goods store in Dos Marinas, but since the COVID, it's closed. We're hearing my wife's brother went up there and said it's done for. So what we want to do is we're going to get a bigger tent, and my wife was online, and she found a pretty nice one with some air mattresses and all this kind of stuff. I like the ones that are easy to set up. The one we have it's pretty easy to set up. It's not too bad. We might just give that away. But we do need a little bit of a bigger one, and so we're planning on staying on the beach again. So that'll be kind of nice. But it wasn't too much. It was for everything. I think it was going to be about $12,000 for the one she was looking at with the air things and all that. And we might get some cooking stuff. I still want to get for the house. I'd still like to get a generator, but I'd also love to have one of those super little quiet ones, like a Honda, one of the little tiny ones, just enough to heat our water pot. Maybe a couple thousand watts, 2,000 watts, something like that. And we used to use one on the job, for charging up power tools and stuff. And you could be standing next to it and hardly hear it. It was a little closed-in Honda unit. And if I could find one, the only problem here, I know on Lazada they got a lot of bootleg stuff. But if you leave Lazada and you go to the stores, then the price is way more than double. So we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see how that's going to work. But it'd be nice to have one of those for when we go camping and we have some power. Bring a cook stove. And I'd like to, we have some of that kind of stuff, but packing the car with all the stuff my wife keeps in there in the first place, it gets pretty full. Would love to have a roof rack for that one. That would be kind of neat to put some stuff up there when we go on these trips. Because if this convent stuff ends, we're going to go get back to doing what we used to do. If I'd have had the camera back then, we were doing trips all the time. Going to resorts, going to the beach, doing stuff, getting these kids out. I remember when I was a kid, we always went on some kind of vacation somewhere, something that was really cool. We had a big old van, a Ford van. And then the old man also had a Fleetwood limousine with the jumper seats and all that. We'd pile in that dang thing and go on big trips. And I like to do that for my kids too. Do the same thing the old man did, and get them out. But this convict stuff's got us just locked down. And I still think that they're going to, make it happen again. Fauci's back. That prick is back. Now he's talking about getting another one. They got all this stuff about Star Trek Phaser, and they're showing you all this stuff, and now they're telling you they want to give you a booster. What's the matter with these people? This is just demented. And anybody who'd be going to get it now with all the information that's out now, either they're just uninformed or they're just not thinking. This is just getting a little bit too much. But I hope it goes away. I really do. But my little sweetie, we got a bunch of cupcakes that she's got. We'll be putting them in the oven after the ghee's done.
And we're gonna put Nutella. That's the frosting.
Yeah, she's gonna make some Nutella frosting on the top of it. We'll see if it's gonna be any good. We'll try it on a couple of them first. Okay. I'm not really much for that kind of stuff, but I did eat a little bit of cake for the birthdays, and I don't like to get too much of that because then I start feeling kind of funny. Yesterday it was pretty hot, so we fired up the air conditioner in the bedroom. We all piled in there last night, and boy, it got nice and cold in there. That little tiny, it's a 0.6 cubic foot, or I guess 0.6 horsepower, sorry, not cubic foot. And we put that on, and it got that room very cold. We were under the covers, huh? It was pretty cold, huh? Yeah. So that was kind of neat. We'll see how that goes. We'll try it again. We weren't here before in the beginning of summer, and these days that are happening right now are this is the hottest since we've been here, but not bad. We've only had a couple days where it was hot. But with the breeze, with this breeze that blows here, we got mountains on three sides of us, and that's very nice. It's really nice. You can see mountains up that way. There's mountains right over there, and there's mountains over by Wes's place, and that would be south of us. And just super nice. As my buddy was telling me, when my buddy Onad came, he said when they were riding through, he said, yeah, it was cool in Tagaytay, but they were out on the road. But he said once he hit the area getting close to here, he said both noticed that it was much cooler. And I watched the weather. I have a weather app on the phone, and it has temperatures. I got one for Manila, one for Cavite, and one for here. And we're usually 10 degrees cooler than Cavite, and about 14 degrees cooler on average from Manila. I'm going this way, guys. Yeah, that paint didn't do very well. Here's our wonderful speed bumps, but the guys who painted it, I'm going to show you this. I'm telling you what, if I was this place, I would ask for the money back. I don't know why this paint got all crappy. But I mean, it's just coming right off. I don't know if they used lead base or what. But it's really, that paint just came right. They just painted it. That's a shame. All right, guys. But it's not too bad. The sun feels good right now, actually. I just love it. Kids are all... We got to go for our walks, guys. That's all there is to it. They got to do their walks. And our nighttime ones, we have nice lights we take with us. And that's pretty damn cool at nighttime. The dog likes to go with us. She's really good. We bathed her up again yesterday. I got that, it's a bar for flea stuff, because she does get those on her. We've seen them a couple times. And then I like to bath her up regular because it keeps the hair from falling off. I got a real nice little wire brush we got from the pet store. And when I'm bathing her, I'll run it backwards. But she's not really getting, we did see some fleas on her, but pretty much I think we got those under control. But, a lot of people say, oh, don't bath them as much as you do. You're going to dry their skin out. Nah, I never had that problem. All my house dogs, if a dog's going to live in my house, it's going to get a bath like we do. And she loves them. When we bath her now, I go into the bathroom. She just runs right in there and sits down and waits for me to soak her with water. Cleaned her ears out real good yesterday, and she smells good. Of course, Dorothy had to put some cream rinse on her. She helps me with the baths of shakes. And she likes it, though. And then she gets all excited. They always get real excited when they're done with their bath. They got to run around like crazy. So we just take her outside and let her go nuts for a while. And great little dog. That was the dog we prayed for, and we got our prayers answered with that little pup. She's a doll. And very, very lucky to have her. She's getting super protective. If the kids go out and they're just playing up the street, she's right with them, just what I wanted. And she goes with them and hangs with them. She don't go anywhere. She stays right with them. Watch out, guys. Car coming. Come on over here. Come this way. Come on. Come on, Mag. Don't hold. She'll come. Just run. Just run.
Papa, there's a snake, a dead snake.
Okay. Watch out, dog. Okay. There's our neighbors. Hey, neighbor. Hey, nice guy that's head there.
Papa, can we run around the circle?
Yeah, go ahead. Run around the circle. Yep. It looks like somebody ran over a little snake there. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Okay, go. Momo,
The dog is cheating.
he's still in his jammies. He didn't want to take them off today. I says, "Oh, come on, let's get some pants." He wanted to stay in his jammies. But he was the good one in the air conditioner yesterday. I don't know if we'll run it tonight because the breeze. The house is really cool inside right now. You know, we do run a fan. We got a nice fan that runs. But one thing about here, I'm going to tell you too, if you expats who want to move here, we were looking over. My wife saves everything. We were looking over the old bills. We always ran around 800 to 1,000 in GMA, and a little over 1,000, 1,200, maybe 1,300 in Cavite. We don't even have that big fan anymore. We just have a much smaller one, and we don't have that much electrical. Same fridge as we had over there, and we're getting electric bills between 7,000 and 8,000 now. You know, the electricity over here is just absolutely ridiculous, and they shut it off all the time. You know, they got these things where they just got to shut it off. It's not big enough capacity, so they got to shut certain areas off. And they really, you know, this is what they do for a living. You know, they do electricity and they can't handle it. And then they want you to have all these ridiculous little electric buggies. And I read a thing on here that 80% of electricity produced in the Philippines is from coal. You know, I know they can't use natural gas because they got to ship that in. And that's how you cook here, propane. There's no natural gas or anything like that. So, you know, we've been getting propane. It's gone up quite a bit. We were paying $600, $620 like that. Now it's $800 and something for a thing of propane.
We found yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's
Okay.
my shade.
But so things are going up a little bit. Food's gone up somewhat. You know, we're watching what we go on. We're gonna be doing our big shopping again here pretty soon. And you know, we're still looking at these little closed meat markets. There's one here. It's usually empty. It's a morning type thing, so you got to get there early in the morning. And we're thinking of going over there. My wife said the prices were real good, and it looked good. And we liked that Robinson's over by where Wes lives. And the first time we went, I took a video. The meat looked great. This last time we went, the meat was just like it'd been sitting there for a month. It looked really crappy. And the chicken looked fine, but the regular meat in the cooler was just all dried out on top and just did not look good to me at all. So I didn't buy any. I just didn't do it. But who knows what they're going to do with these number system they got for this COVID stuff. I'm not buying it. I think there's going to be another big one because I'm seeing stuff over in China. They had, this is how the governments protect you. They had this woman there. She was in a red coat, and she was there, and they had a whole bunch of these big burly, you know, police guys, all in their stuff, and they said put the mask on, and they went to hand, and and immediately they whooped their ass. They beat this woman to the ground and drug her off and threw her in a van. And this is how they're protecting you guys. And there's no proof that thing does any good. It doesn't prove anything. This is all about compliance, guys. It's all this is about. You comply or we're going to beat your ass. And you look with all this Ukraine stuff going on, you're not hearing too much stuff from Australia, New Zealand, and all this kind of stuff. And you know there's a bunch of crap still going on there. Canada, it all fell under the radar, and they're doing their nasty stuff. You know, and then what they're doing with this Zelensky guy, he got in, and there's other countries that did the same thing, where their leaders got in and shut the news medias off. He shut all the news media off except the one that's good for him. And I know another country did that. And then he got rid of all his opposition party. Same thing like Obama did when he was running for senator. He just kept going after these vote things and getting rid of people one after another so that he would win. So, you know, that was just a royal deal. But this Zelensky, they're saying, oh, it's just democracy. No, this is a dictatorship he's running. I mean, just be careful and look at it. Be careful what you wish for to help these people. And they want to send over to protect. The United States wants to send money to protect the border. I'm sure they're getting a big kickback for that. But what about our border? What about our border in the U.S.? And these guys are coming out, and they're saying, hey, they're doing child trafficking. They got all these coyotes. These people are coming through like crazy, and they're not worried about them not having a mask. Nobody's beating their butts. They're just letting them in. And who knows what else they're bringing with them. Not so much with this COVID, but tuberculosis, all kinds of other crap, that they've seemed to have gotten rid of in the States. But other countries still have it. Here, people die like crazy from tuberculosis. There's all kinds of stuff that people get that you don't see in the Western worlds. But they don't seem to care about any of that. You look at the numbers. You look it up yourself. Don't believe me. Look it up yourself in this country, how many die of tuberculosis a year, and you'll be shocked. It's way more than this convent. So that's got to tell you something right there, that it's not about that. It's about control. And worldwide, guys. The whole world. So that's just me blabbing on again today. And I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And this is...
Richard!
Okay. We'll see you guys.